What a lot of people don't understand about a father is I hate talking about anything online, on social media. People think I enjoy it. No, it's the complete opposite. I hate it. And I would much rather keep everything private and, don't share anything. But the problem is I'm being treated in some cases so mean. Like I said, with this one particular person, I'm not mentioning names, but with this one particular person who I consider to be like a sister, it's like, how do you go from talking to me every day for 2 months, knowing that I'm going through the hardest time of my life, knowing that I lost my beautiful wife, my best friend, the mother of my children, my lover, my companion, my partner. Then 2 weeks later, losing my mom, my one and only mother, my best friend. How do you like she knows this person, and you're going to talk to me every day for 2 months, which is beautiful. That part was good. That part was I was so appreciative. I was like, I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you so much. But then to just want to cut me off to say, that's it. I'm not talking to you no more. You're blocked. For what? Some kind of a stupid disagreement? Some kind of, because I raised my voice a little because I was asking her for a favor she did once before. I mean, something to benefit my daughter. It was just regarding the wildfires. There was a certain member. I don't want to get into it technically of, I'm not going to say close friend. I'm not going to say family. I'm not going to mention that, but let's just say someone that was very close to our family. We wanted that person to speak to my daughter Sophia because they were close. This was a close person. This was a person that my daughter really, really wanted to speak to. This is what I'm saying. People are not just being mean to me. They're being mean to my daughter. They're being mean to my daughter, an 11-year-old innocent girl who lost her mom, her grandma. Come on. You know what I don't understand about this world is that you would think people would be going out of their way, right? To talk to my beautiful daughter, who was scared of the wildfires and the smoke and, the fact that our house could have burned down. The poor girl was in tears. And it's like you would think that people that are close to us, right, would want to speak to her, but I don't know what's going on. Everybody just wants to block you nowadays. You could just do the littlest thing, the tiniest thing, and people, that's it. Like I said, in the case of this lady who I consider my sister, I didn't do anything that bad. We just had a little disagreement over a favor I was asking, and I yelled a little bit because I was upset, and because she wasn't doing it in the timeline I was asking because I was worried about my daughter. And it was a simple thing. It was a simple thing that I could have just apologized for, and I did apologize. I want everyone to know I did. Next thing I know, I'm blocked. This is after a person is speaking to me every day, 2 months straight for like 2, 3 hours a day. So, like I said, if it was just a fiance who was like, "Look, why don't you just work something out where you can speak to them once a week or once every 3 or 4 or 5 days?" Or like it didn't have to go to this extreme. It could have been something simple. It could have been we could have worked this out. But too many people are being mean, man. They're being mean to me, mean to my children, and that's why, unfortunately, this leads to me discussing it on social media. I don't want, like I said, I'm trying very hard. I don't want to mention names. People could assume anything they want, but I'm not going to mention any private information. That I will never do. And I'm not going to mention names. No private information and no names. That's just something I will never do out of respect. But will I talk about my experiences? Absolutely. And that bothers people too. People be like, you should have talked about this. You shouldn't do it. I'm talking about the people who technically I'm talking about, even though I'm not mentioning their name. I'm not mentioning their name. But you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me that I don't have the right to vent, especially when you're blocking me and you're blocking my children. By blocking me, think about this. If my daughter, for instance, right, wanted to call you, guess what? My daughter can't get through. So you're not just blocking me, you're blocking my children. I don't know if you think about it that way, but maybe they don't think about it that way. You're blocking me and my children. That's not good. That's terrible.